Hello, welcome in. Welcome to Raven's Chest. Not selling jewelry today, just doing a little bit of work in the light box. So I figured why not just go live, do a little light box hangout. So welcome in. Yeah, I've got I don't know, a dozen or so items that I'm going to take some quick pictures of. And let me get my secondary device into the chat here so I can actually be here. Hey, here I am. It's me. Welcome in, me. I see one more other person as well. Welcome in, other person. So yeah, just going to be doing some pictures today. Getting a little light box action. A couple of challenging ones today. I'm not quite sure how they're going to work out. Kind of a lack of color going on. So for those of you who were here last night, thank you. That was a great show. Nice hanging out with all of you. Oh, that's awesome, Nicola. That's such a great piece. I got my little acorn in the post, and it's so beautiful. Thank you so much for rescuing it. Well, thank you as well, Nicola. Thank you for giving it a good home. So, yeah, gonna get into the light box. Snap a few pictures today. Get some listings done. I have been lagging behind, right? Yeah, rescues like that are fun. Yeah, I've had some items that are a little bit challenging. Some things that have just been sitting here kind of waiting for the right time. So the first being these 14 karat gold onyx and mother of pearl earrings. There's so much reflective surface on these that getting a good picture of them without it looking like they're damaged or having them being kind of blown out light wise is a bit of a challenge. So gotta try different angles. Sometimes I have to cover the light a little bit. I'm actually sneaking in behind the phone, the camera right now, up through the portal on top, getting a straight down shot. And luckily this camera has a really good zoom feature, a nice telephoto lens, so I can get pretty far away and still get macro shots on pieces, which really helps a lot for reflections, because I can back off quite a bit and get the reflections to shrink just a little bit, which can make a big difference. So we shall see. Sometimes I have to take 20 pictures to get one that works. Sometimes I just have to take one picture and it works right away. Ooh, I think I just found the angle right there. Hey, Joshy boy, welcome in. Welcome, my man. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday. I know that many Thursday mornings out hunting, but there wasn't a whole lot, not a whole lot here locally going on, state sale wise. So I'm gonna hit the shops here a little bit later on. But for now, I figured I'd take advantage of this little time. Hello, Margaret. Good morning. Good, beautiful morning to you as well. To you and Dudley. Yeah, I just wanted to take advantage of this little bit of time here. Bust out these pictures. Flo Casso, good morning, my man. Hey, friends. I wasn't sure, Frank. I kind of thought maybe I wouldn't see you this morning. Wasn't quite sure. All right, I think I got the angles. I think I got the good angles on that. Oh, yeah. Sometimes it's just boom. You can see it right in the lens. It lines up perfect. It looks great. These are nice Omega backs. Sometimes the pictures don't necessarily have to be pretty. They just have to be functional. But if they're functional and they're arranged nicely, aesthetically pleasing, it helps with overall presentation. And sometimes I go back and look at my pictures and I'm a little critical of myself. Like, what were you doing? What were you doing, my man? He's got a tummy full of apple and banana. Oh man, ready to watch some jewelry. Right on. Dudley had himself a good breakfast. All right. Lighting on some objects, lighting can be a little bit of a challenge because of the angles. I don't have any supplemental lighting going right now. I should be working, but I just went through my thrift haul. I need to donate a ton of money to them at the end of the year, right? Right, Frank? Yeah. And donations as well. I have some donations that are going to the thrift, and the people that I know that are pretty successful shopping thrift stores, they do give back, or they actually kind of give forward. From what I've seen, they don't have to necessarily be shopping at the thrift store to want to donate to them and give to them. Good morning, Mama Chola, and good morning, Leslie. Welcome in. Sorry, I was so focused on trying to get some front lighting on this great bottle that I was losing the chat there. Ooh, that's gonna do it. Boom, that was the one. Blowing it out a little bit. So I might have to drop that angle, drop it to the floor. Drop it to the floor. So yeah, again, Thursdays, it's Thursdays are a hit and miss situation because quite often there are estate sales on Thursdays. So getting up and getting moving early on Thursdays is a good strategy quite often. But nothing going on right now this Thursday. So busting out some pictures in the light box here. Is that bottle for sale, Flocasso? Yeah, this bottle I had it on my last, I think it was up last week. Those were the details on that one. I think I did mention Frank while I was running it. Yeah, because we were talking about Foeba. It's signed by Ebba, or it's monogrammed Ebba. I hear you, Frank. I do. It's so hard to not. But that discipline it's valuable long term. It helps. It helps you make smarter decisions overall. In my experience, it's hard to pass on things. All right, make sure we get Ebba's. Dang, I didn't let her know that I was going live. Flocasso. I can't help with that because, I do that quite often. What? I got a vase signed Delish yesterday. It is indeed Delish, a wobble vase. Oh man, I love it. Delish. That will be funny forever. Oh my goodness. I needed a good little laugh, honestly, because I've had a couple laughs this morning, but honestly, they haven't been good. They've been kind of like, oh man, you're really, ay, ay, ay. Okay. April McDonald, hello. Welcome in. Sometimes life just makes you just have to laugh, like, oh, wow. Some things you just got to roll with. Hello, Elizabeth K. Hello, hello. Okay, I think I got enough angles. Oh, I do need to show the bottom of that and just how flawless the thing is. Holy moly. Elizabeth K, I want to talk to you later on if you're available. I'm curious. Yeah, I got a couple of questions for you. This great brooch. Oh man. Love this. Beautiful Art Nouveau. Flocasso, she had a similar one. She had a few of the green ones, yeah. But no, I got that one from an estate like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, my friend picked a nice estate and pulled that and a nice clear bottle out. And he knew that I told him that I've been looking for a couple that are in really good condition. He knows that I gravitate towards the green glass, so. So there you go. Leslie. Oh. Well, that's not really the intent here, but I see you, Leslie. and I got you on that. I got you. Thank you. Yeah, the brooch is beautiful. I got this from Vanessa Heron. And when I got it, I was thinking, holy moly, this is perfect. This is a billboard item because I love Art Nouveau. I love sash pins. I like the brass and glass. I like everything about it. Hey, HQZ, welcome in. I got you, Leslie. Yes, for the perfume bottle. That's how much it is. I enjoyed the bunch of emojis. Thank you, HQZ, and welcome in. Hope you're doing good. Hope you are doing good, my man. Hey, HQZ, I recently got a Solji, and I set it aside thinking you may be interested in it. If you are, let me know and I'll go grab it. Grab it out of my office. But yeah, this when Vanessa ran this brooch, it wasn't cheap, but I didn't mind. It was beautiful. I wanted to have it for this purpose right here. Get it in the light box, get it listed. So yeah, I don't think I hadn't brought this one up. I hadn't run it because that was my intention, was to put this in my shop. Oh, well, I got to find something else green now, Leslie, or hope I have something green in here. I was trying to get my colors nailed down. I didn't really have a good red. I had a nice pink. Flocasso, I missed that one. Always a good time to collect $100, Doug, right? Flocasso? Never a bad time for that. Thumbs up, people, says Sunray. Welcome in, Sunray. I hope you're having a great day. Can I share my channel, Doug? Absolutely, Joshy boy. You can do that, but you know what would be better if, let's see. If you hold on a second, I can share it. Joshy boy, go to channel. They should have a little instant link with the share option right there. Oh, Joshy boy, I'm not subscribed. I'm subscribed now. 11 subscribers. I think that makes 12. Boom. Let's see how many subscribers we can get for Joshy boy. At Joshy boy. Handle copied. I don't know if that. Copy link. I was gonna say, I bet Flocasso beats me to this. Thank you, Flocasso. I just now got it and just was gonna paste it. They really should just not user friendly, right? Yeah, I think they should have that. Hopefully in a future update they have that. These ones are gonna be a flippin' challenge. Yeah, I was a little bit bummed when these ones didn't sell because I only had $45 on them. Shame on me, I wasn't subbed either. Hey, you know, sometimes it's like that. Now I'm curious, now that I'm subbed, I only had $45 on those. But yeah, typically when I have a piece of paper, when I'm doing pictures, I use white paper, and silver typically puts marks and scratches on it. And so pretty quickly I run out of paper. I sub, says Margaret. All right, thank you, Margaret. Yeah, that's awesome, Joshy boy. I'm glad you're starting a channel. Are you gonna put your bro chat on there? Speaking of which, I've had a few requests from people for a little bit more time on the bro chat challenge, and so I'm thinking of extending that by another month. Okay, but back on topic. When I have a piece of paper left over, I'll just use it as an earring holder. Otherwise, I'm fumbling with these things, trying to get them straight, trying to make them presentable. I just got a Cremens coral and jade brooch for $1.50 today. Yeah, Flo Casso. Oh man, you really are hooked. You're truly a treasure hunter. Yes, going to do a short video. Awesome, Joshy boy. All right, so I see one thumbs up there for extending it from Mama Chola. Yeah, I think I will do that. Extend it. People maybe give people more than an extra month. Because it can take a while to add to those. I understand. And to get them just right, some people are custom making their own, which is awesome. Okay. A little custom holder there. Oh, that's right. These are not coral. I think I wrote coral. I gotta look coral. I think these are actually conch. Addict hunter, what's the difference? Right, Flocaso? That is a valid point. And it definitely, I do believe that this is a potentially healthy outlet for people that have addictive tendencies. But it's like anything, it can become addictive. And that's why I think a lot of resellers talk about the death pile. And part of what contributes to that, in my experience and observation, is that addiction to the hunt. So I've talked to other resellers quite a bit about that. And that's like the great balance of being a reseller. All right, I think these ones are going to turn out pretty good. Those pictures are looking pretty nice. I'm almost done, says Joshy boy. Nice. I heard one person was doing all insects. Oh, sweet. I love it. I can't wait for that. I love insects. The insect brooches, the spiders, the bugs. Always a hit. Yeah, they are sterling. Let's see, April. Those are the details. They're coral and spinel. Well, that's what I had written was coral, but well, maybe they are. Something's looking like conch in that. Maybe loop it and look at it a little bit closer. If it's coral, it should have pretty obvious grain. My thought is if I can turn my addiction into my superpower, I'll be golden. You know what? Yeah, Frank. I love that. Great philosophy. And I have zero doubts that you'll be highly successful, honestly. You know, just your eye and your taste alone is enough. So your personability, your attitude, all those things, Flocaso. The sky's the limit, my friend. And I truly mean that. Alrighty, huh? Those ones were relatively easy considering I thought they might be a big challenge. All right, Joshy boy, where are you at now, friend? We got 14 people here, so hopefully you got 14 new subs or something close to that. Oh, you're welcome, Frank. Yeah, I sincerely mean it. And darn, when you break out fully, and if you come into this YouTube space, then you're going to be a serious player. Got to watch out for you. You're going to be some competition. But if you know me, you know that I think that's great. I'm all for competition. I truly believe that 15 subs so far. Nice, Joshy boy. Nice. Well, you picked up a few at least. I think I don't know what you were at, 10 or 11 there. So that's a good start. You're just going to keep on rolling from here. But yeah, I really believe that competition's hard, but it really does promote progress. So I am one quirky great grandmother. That's what my grandchildren told me. I like quirky, says Sunray. I must have missed some stuff up there. Oh, I missed a whole bunch of stuff. I was in my light box and in my conversation. Oh, what's the oh shoot, Anna's end of the month clearance? I better just stay put. What? What's that, Flocasso? Anna's clearing out her inventory at the end of the month? I must have missed that. Honestly, yeah, I haven't been on YouTube much at all. Mama Chola says competition doesn't bother me, vanity bothers me. Yeah. Yep. I do understand that. I don't consider myself to be a very vain person, but being on YouTube made me realize that I'm a little more vain than I would have accepted before starting this experience. I've found myself trying to get optimal camera angles so I don't show my double chin. But you know what? One day I finally just said, "Screw it! Why am I trying to get an optimal angle? I don't care. I really don't care. I am who I am. I look how I look from every different angle, so it doesn't really matter." So honestly, in some ways, it can be liberating from a vanity perspective because it really does put you right in your face. You hear your voice, you see yourself. I've even seen myself interacting with people and been like, wow, I don't really like that. I think I want to change that. So it can be uncomfortable. Oh man, Flocasso, I tell you what, yeah, that's life changing, especially if it's been a big player. Um, yeah. So congratulations, Flocasso. That's a big deal. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go check her out. I'm gonna go check it out, see what Anna's clearing out. When dealers are clearing out, a lot of times that's when other dealers get good deals. Happens to me all the time. So I got distracted. I forgot what I was talking about there. Oh, being uncomfortable with vanity and competition and all that. Yeah, I can imagine because I can relate, Frank. So yeah, I haven't had a drink since it's 2017, and yeah, like I gotta say that was one of the best decisions or best turning points that I've had for clarity in my life. But it was also really hard to admit that it was an issue. You know, that it was something I was leaning on as a crutch. So yeah, don't really need to go down that road, but yeah, I can relate on some level. So yeah, back to it, Frank. You're breaking into the retail space. It sounds like, and that's I'm really curious about that. I hope you document that and take us along for the ride. That looks drippy, says HQZ. It is drippy. It's a nice one. Nice sterling and amethyst, and I left the patina on it. So it's got some nice dark silver. Wow, Mama Chola. All the kids love drippy jewelry. I haven't had a drink since my 40th birthday blowout. I'm 30 years, no alcohol. I gave up pizza, fried foods, coffee, alcohol, and a bunch of other things. It was very hard, Frank. I understand. Doug, if you had some other jewelry like earrings or something for the eyes, or put earrings on the side, you have a great line drawing. Sunray, you think like I do. I do that all the time. I make faces in my jewelry and little scenes. And let's see. Might need to blow that one out. One of the tricks of the trade. I don't know if I can get my head in there to do it. Give the necklace a little blow. Just a friendly little blow. Let's see if I can get in there. Let's see, did it work? Yeah, pretty straight. Pretty straight. We can change a couple little angles there. I forgot to do that for the front. I was sober for 5 years, drank at my wedding. It was fine until it wasn't. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I hear you, Frank. For me, I had to realize that I just couldn't. You know, I've had so many times where people offered me just a sip or just, you know, and it's been hard. It's still hard. So, you know, part of it, the social aspect I miss. And Flocasso, I've had a number of different cameras over the years, and honestly, one of the best I had was an early Olympus. I don't remember the model, but yeah, it was one of the early ones. And now it wouldn't even be relevant in the current market. But it had really good optics. It was back when the cameras relied more on the precision of the camera than any digital compensation. But right now, I'm using the Nikon Coolpix L840, and I really like it. It's getting to be outdated now, but you can't go wrong with the Nikon. So that's the one that I prefer. I've had a few Nikons over the years, and yeah, haven't had anything bad to say about any of them. So I forgot to do the front with the little blow. Dang. Didn't leave myself enough room there. But yeah, the last time I did research to get this camera, I had a hard time finding one that was really good with at macro photography. Which was honest, you know, obviously with jewelry, you want something that's really good at close-up shots. So that was my priority. And then the price point, you know, I was looking for the best deal that I could find. And this just happened to be a really good option. So it was hands down the best option at the time. And for me, it's been really nice. It's going to be really hard to replace. I'm hoping whatever they have available when I replace it will have some similar features. One of the things I like the most about this, especially shooting in a light box, is the viewfinder. It has a moving viewfinder. So when I'm shooting light down in the light box, I can just put it like this, and I can see exactly what the camera's looking at in the light box. So I could imagine having this hooked up to my computer while I'm streaming for just the light box. So I imagine the next rendition of digital camera I get will have, hopefully it'll have those capabilities, plus I'll be able to stream with it. Okay, now we got that rounded out. Cost myself a little time on that one, but that's all right. Wow. I feel like I had that in the wrong bag. Maybe I only brought that one around once. Hey, Lucinda, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Frank doing a tiny bit better. Lucinda, have you been sick? Yeah, I hope you're doing well, Lucinda. Turtle fetish. Okay, this one before I captured it and put it on my shelf, kept it there for a long time. I put it in the light box pile. Wow, this one's like taking its own pictures. Every angle is just good. Sometimes you have to really search for a good angle. Let me see. Is there an angle I wouldn't just snap a shot on here? Nope. Put that one on the... I'm going to have to put that one on the rotisserie. I mean, on the turntable to get a little video of it. That really has great form. Quite sure. Oh, but I got this. Glad to hear you're feeling a smidge better. I'm going to firmly believe that one day I'm catching up on your message here, Frank. Well, that I love seeing that. I love seeing that kind of support. Thank you for that message, Frank. And I sure hope that that's true. I sure hope that's the case, because man, as we live more days, there's more and more of those people, and geez, more of those beings that it would be nice to be reunited with. Man, I I seriously cannot find a bad angle on this. Yeah, it's a really nice fetish. It's a good one. Yeah, what Emery Boone is the maker on that one. And jet, it's very light. Emery Boone, pretty. When I saw it, I was like, wow, that's a great turtle. Just really nicely carved piece. And then yeah, doing a little more research on it, I'm like, yeah, now I see why the guy's very respected, very well known. It's a great Chinese ring. As is typical, I did not polish it. I like to leave these things. Alone. But I could see it being all polished up and sassy. And I think I got this one for a really good price because they thought that this patina right here on the silver was wear to metal beneath the silver, but it's actually just a little bit of a patina. So probably from wearing it and having a little sweat right there. So it got polished by the finger, and then yeah, just a little bit of patina on that one. But I leave it as is. A lot of people would take that sucker and shine it up. Yep, Frank. I think there's a lot more to what's going on than what we observe right here on this plane. Yeah, I've had some pretty unexplainable experiences as well that that make me think our loved ones exist beyond just this lifetime. So, oh man, that one is. This one's like an ego ring. You know, I like to have a minimum of 3 pictures for items, and 5's pretty ideal. And some of them, you know, up to 15 is good. For this one, I'd want to have a front-on shot, an angled shot, both sides, either flat or at an angle, and a shot from the back and a shot for the mark. And maybe even a shot just straight down so you can see how round the band is. You know how they say a picture is worth 1,000 words? It sure is. You know, and in my experience, people read very little as far as the descriptions go, and they rely mostly on what they see in the pictures. That goes both ways. They can see every little flaw as well, and typically flaws are accentuated when taking macro photography. So, blah blah blah. I'm just talking. Yes, exactly, Flocasso. You know, yeah, Tanya's experience is good evidence of just that. Wow. I threw that one out at a pretty good deal and no one jumped on that. That's a nice piece. I was just looking at the coral and the turquoise and that are pretty sweet. 20 people hanging out here in the light box. Wow. Thank you everybody for just being here chilling. Not a whole, I know it's not terribly exciting just watching me take pictures. But while I'm doing it, I'm trying to throw a little bit of my experience and advice out there. So if anybody has any questions like Flocasso, asking about the camera, please do shoot. Because probably better to be answering questions than just talking, just rambling. Oh, this one is another ego piece. Sometimes less is more. This one might just be 2 shots at the front, a shot of the back, and the mark. Let's see, is this angle going to be? Yeah, like that angle, it's good for information, but it just doesn't, well, we'll go for it. Wasn't necessary. That one might not make the cut. I love this one. Me too, Margaret. It is beautiful, Leslie. It is. And HQZ got to run. All right, HQZ, good to see you. And shoot, sorry I didn't pull that Solji out. Next time you're able to pop in, let me know and I'll show it to you. In case you are interested. In the meantime, it's just going to be sitting in my office. And always important to get marks. Marks and any questionable areas, anything that's damaged. Unfortunately, when I take pictures of damage, nothing questionable on this. The only thing I can say about this is whoever had it polished the crap out of it. Like, this is an old Mexican silver piece and it looks brand new. You know, this piece should be nearly black, in my opinion. But it doesn't matter. It's beautiful either way. It's a gorgeous, polished up piece. It's just knowing what it is and knowing the age. It's like, dang, somebody really did did some work to get it to shine like that. Okie dokie. Wow. Okay. Yeah, if somebody wants to buy this one, I'd be cool with that. I wasn't sure about this one. How I'm going to wrestle 72 inches of black spinel in the light box. Let's see. I have to get 2 pieces of paper. All right, I think just two pieces of paper might do it on this one. Wow. I still have a hard time believing they made this. 72 inches of black spinel. Holy moly. And right now it's all in a, it's got bedhead, it's got morning hair. It needs a coffee and a V8. All those things all together. This is kind of funny because I'm just sitting here in the light box talking to myself while you're all hanging out. And I was thinking, geez, I think this is kind of how I talk to myself when it's just me hanging out in the light box. So thanks for being here, listening to me ramble. All right. 5,000 years later, 72 inches of, wow. This really is a superstar in the light box. Have to go, Doug. Thank you for the perfume bottle. It's just beautiful. Thank you, Leslie. And have a great rest of your Thursday. Hope to catch you this afternoon if you're at Kirsten's. And if you're around Friday night, hope to catch you for some Mad Libs. All right. Alrighty. Oh, Cynthia, I see a big message from Cynthia. I'm going to read that here in a second, Cynthia. I'm just trying to drop the rest of this black spinel in here somewhat stylistically. Keep that flow nice. Sometimes it takes a little bit of work. Just a little bit of work can make a big difference in the presentation. I used to have, somebody bought me a case of those compressed air cans, and I used to use those, just real light little sprays to move jewelry around, and that works really well. So now I just blow on it. I went from blowing on it to having compressed air to blowing on it. And blowing on it works pretty good also. So I worked with hospice. Many patients were visited by those who had gone before. Occasionally, patients with strong faith actually glowed as they approached leaving this physical life and moved forward. Wow, Cynthia. That's amazing. That would have been, I mean, that's given me goosebumps. I can only imagine what that would be like to experience. Be right back, says Margaret. All right, Margaret. I think I'm going to be here for a while still. Now that we've got the black spinel necklace laid out, pretty nicely too. Oh, the thing is, typically I like to have more than one arrangement to demonstrate kind of what's going on. Oh, that's sad. The sparkle doesn't quite show. Gotta have a little bit of movement for these to pop. Well, right, you know what? Maybe we'll see how the pictures turn out. But I might bring these ones back around on Mad Libs night tomorrow night, because man, they just look like black beads. They don't have that super pop going, because you guys can see with just a little bit of movement. Look at all the flash in there. Yeah, and in the camera, they just look black with a flash here and there. They need that nice movement. All right, let's quad this up. Wow, those are heavy. Those suckers are heavy. Might have to get the bust in the light box here. Little bust assistance. Thank you, Nightbot. Yeah, if anybody is not registered, Mama Chola, I got to give you props for reaching out via the registration form the other day. I had not been highly available. And Mama Chola sent me a message on the jot form, and I'm like, oh dang. And it worked. It worked quite well, because honestly, my texts and my emails have been getting so bombarded. Yeah, that if I miss a message and I don't get back on it, man, that's all I can say is, man, it might be a while. So good on you, and thank you for that, for being patient. All right, that's not quite. That one little kink up there was just drawing my eye in. I've learned that over the years. If you got one thing, if you look through the camera lens, and there's one thing that keeps drawing your eye in, it's probably not good. Unless that's the thing you're trying to focus on. Absolutely, Mama Chola. Sometimes you got to think outside the box. So, wow. I feel like I should start another YouTube channel for outside the box talk. Cause holy moly. I see how people that don't want to get caught up in drama, and then that's a slippery slope, man. I have like 7,000 unread emails and 100 texts. We are so like, yep, Flocasso. I remember, I remember that when my emails just started stacking up, and yep, I have thousands of unread emails, which have helped me prioritize what's important, and also, unfortunately, help me overlook some things that are important. All right, that's gonna have to do. Oh man, thank you, Flocasso. Yeah, me too. Me too. the inevitability in life is that the periphery is going to creep in from time to time, welcome or not. I'm here for the same thing. I'm here for jewelry and for friendship as well. And I feel pretty darn fortunate to have found both. Great jewelry and great friends. And yeah, some people that are some of the most important people in my life. So yeah, right, Flocaso? Yep, I've tried to tell people I don't engage in that type of dialogue, so it's not even worth putting it out there. If anything, it's probably to your benefit to not. All right, this cameo, bam, that angle right there. Oh, money angle. This was one of those. This was one of those pieces. Sometimes I feel like I like the pieces, and I'm the only one that likes the pieces. This one I wasn't sure. The people that I showed it to weren't as excited as I was about it. But I also get it. It's kind of muted and understated. But I really like it for its beauty. And the carving itself is just something, man, something fantastic. Oh, Elizabeth K., you're still here. Hey. Oh, yeah, Elizabeth. I can only imagine. Hi, everyone, working in the studio while listening. Also, pays to be naive because I'm oblivious of drama, right, Jen? Yeah, it does pay to be naive, and yes, when it comes to missing out on the drama, it definitely does, because a lot of it just goes right over our heads or right under our feet, because we either don't see it or we don't care to even acknowledge it when we do. Because man, I don't know. I have a lot more important things I want to be focused on. It's got its time and its place. All right. Well, this one, another ego piece. I tell you, bam, in, out. Pictures are looking clean, unless there's something. Man, sometimes I get through these, and then I see I had a smudge on the lens, and I get into edit the pictures, and everyone has a little blur on it, because I can't see that in the viewfinder. You came back, Doug. I did, Merche. I just couldn't stay away. Hi, Leonore, Elizabeth, Mama, Cynthia, Jen, Frank, everyone. Well, hello, Merche. Yeah, I think that's part of it, Jen. The BS meter. Which for me, I found at times maybe it's a little too strong and I dismiss things that should be acknowledged. But at the same time, if if I'm feeling like it's BS, then I'm going with that. All right, one more angle. I need that. One more angle on that hair. Oh yeah, that is such a slippery slope. I see how people just go blah. You're a guy, and guys do not even pay attention to anything other than what's in front of them or what's for dinner. Wow, Mama Chola. I feel disrespectfully simplified. But, you know, men are known for a singular focus quite often. So I'll try not to take that one personally. These beads, wow. I keep handling them. They keep getting a little bit shinier and a little bit shinier. They were seriously dark, but they're kind of hard to. They're kind of nard. They're kind of hard to not handle. Dang angles, man. One little chinky. Oh, I guess you guys aren't getting quite what I'm seeing here. Maybe it's just me, but if there's one little thing that's asymmetrical, then it's just not. It doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical, but if there's that one little kink, it's not working. It wasn't a cut. Oh, Frank, what did I miss here? I've been missing some chat. Need to get a good pair of this so I can stop being awe whenever I see nice ones. It's just really hard to get a hold of you. Yes, I understand that, Mama Chola. Oh yeah. All right, is that a Leslie thing, Flo Costo? Because I saw, is Maya and Ryan a Leslie thing, or what am I missing on that? Because I saw her making a reference to that, and I was like, oh, I'm missing the joke here. But I feel like it's a Black Dog Vintage thing. Oh, there's the angle. Now it's popping. Ooh, like magic. Been a long time since I've had silver balls in my shop. Started at Leslie's. Nice. Okay, so Maya and Ryan, was that like, is that what she calls the pieces that have the faces on them, or was that like a specific? I'm gonna have to go back and research the legend of Maya and Ryan, the myth. Can't forget that mark. So important. And showing the back also. I may have failed to miss that or mention that in the past. And I don't think I mentioned it today, but always show the back. Whenever you're taking pictures of jewelry, some pieces of jewelry, what you see on the back is more important than what you're seeing on the front. especially with vintage, antique and vintage pieces. So much of the story is told back there on the back. Nightbot, I should disable that. Oh, I thought it was telling me to take a break. I'm like, I should tell it to take its own break on days when I'm not selling. Okay, Lightbox round number 2 for this one. Darn. Got some reflection issues, so having paper to fold. Got a big black spot showing up all on the top end of the band. And if I leave that black spot there, chances are I'm going to get a question. Someone's going to ask if there's a stain on the ring, if it's damaged, or if it's just a reflection. So not only to just make the picture much more presentable, but to avoid the need to answer a needless question. There's no damage there. There's no patina. I can prevent it from looking that way, so I will. Yeah, so what I do is I fold this paper. Let me see if I can get the camera in the box here. So you can see right now, it's got that little bit of a dark circle on it, but with no paper. It's got that pronounced reflection in it. And when I fold up the paper, it takes all that reflection off of the side. So a lot of times I'll fold paper to change. Sometimes I'll need a little angle change, so I'll put it in a fold to cock the angle a little bit, or I'll fold it to prop it up a little bit. So just a tiny change in the angle can make a huge difference in the picture itself. And you know, it's not super obvious while you're doing it, but after you've edited, you know, thousands of pictures, you start to get a feel for what kind of tricks on the front end can save you time, effort, questions on the back end. Got to run an errand. Hope everyone has a good day. All right, Flocasso, thank you for being in here, and have a great day. Yeah, to be on the Saturday shows because you're all being silly. Yes, and the pregnant moose is just a weird moose brooch that looks like it's about to have a baby moose. Oh, funny. Oh, so it was during. It could have been one of the vintage and vino shows. I could see that getting a little bit silly. The Saturday night fun. All right, did I get all my angles on this? Oh, this one does have some patina on it, so I want to be able to make the distinction there between a reflection and some oxidation. And I'm going to leave that on there. And the back as well, I want to show inside there. People might wonder, is that open in the back? What does it look like? And I do try to get shots inside the shank as well, whenever possible. Sometimes those angles are hard to get, and the pictures just don't turn out well. But when possible, I will shoot for those. All right, diamonds are tough. Well, thank you, Elizabeth. Yeah, diamonds in the light box are tough. Diamonds, photographing them, that's really hard to do them justice. You know, just like the black spinel, a tiny bit of movement brings the diamond to life. And in the light box, the difference between no sparkle and having a totally blown out spot that's over flashy is very small. So, and then angles as well. Sometimes you have to play with a lot of angles before you can get the diamond to come to life. So just imagine trying to get all that life into a still picture, because sitting still, well, I can't even keep it totally still, but sitting still, there's not a whole lot of life to it. It's a lot of reflection. It's bright, but it doesn't have all that life and all that energy to it. So trying to get that to come out in a still picture just is so difficult. So a lot of times with diamond rings, I'll spend multiple sessions and many pictures just to get a handful of pictures that I feel are representative of the quality of the piece. So there we go. I got an angle right now. I got a good angle. I can see one point of reflection that if I can catch it just right, it should pop nice. Aw, dang. And it's real hard with diamonds when doing close-up pictures like this, not to shoot straight through the window in the back of the stone. So if there's a window in that, if there is a window there, sometimes that angle, the good reflective angle, ends up shooting right through that as well. So the picture ends up not looking all that great. Yep, I can already tell this one. That one's fighting it. So the problem with doing folds like this sometimes is then I end up with a shadow that I have to delete. I have to edit out. Hello, Rhonda. Welcome in. Welcome in, Rhonda. Yeah. Oh, come on. Pop that one. So yeah, pieces like this, man. I heard something about eBay starting to focus on live selling. I don't know if anyone else has heard about that. But if they're not doing that, then I think they're being irresponsible in their business model if they want to stay relevant, highly relevant, presently and moving into the future. But this being a great example, if I had this on eBay and I could show people on a video or on a live, this relative to the pictures that I'm getting, it'd be a much nicer presentation. Do you ever use video for your items, Rhonda? I do a little bit, yeah, but I don't even know. Like Ruby Lane is one of the platforms that I sell on. Etsy is one, and Ruby Lane and eBay is one as well. As far as I know, Etsy is the only one that actually has videos on its listings. So if there's a way to put videos on eBay listings, I haven't seen it. I listed an item with my phone yesterday in hopes that I could do just that, and I didn't see it. So if I'm missing something, then dang, somebody let me know. All right, dang. That one's just looking really dark green, basically black. Nice when rings will just balance. Otherwise, if they don't like to naturally balance, that's when a little fold comes in handy, because something that doesn't want to balance naturally can be rested on a little fold like that, and it'll keep it from spinning. Like this ring, I want to take it with a picture like that, but it's so top heavy that it just wants to roll over. But with that little fold there, I should be able to rest it on there and it'll just stay. Yeah, much better. Much nicer. They use them on Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, I haven't really done much on Facebook, so I can see that. That would make sense that Facebook would be a little more ahead of the curve. Hello, Terry Cover. Welcome in. Oh, all right. I'm going to Texas Gal Treasures eBay account to see what's going on. Or maybe I need to go to her channel and see if she's got a video on how to do that. Or I'll just search YouTube. But yeah, I want to do that. I put a great consignment piece up last night. Hey, Sandy Spiff, welcome in. And yeah, I wanted to have a little bit of video of it. So if I can do that, that would be awesome. I just need to know how. All right. Get that mark. Getting the mark inside the band can be tough sometimes to get it to focus, but luckily this camera has a little autofocus feature. See that little red square? If I get something focused, if I get something focused, it'll put a green square on it or multiple green squares. And then I can use that to lock the focus and zoom in and out manually until I get the right lock. So even though the auto zoom doesn't want to reach into that inside the ring, I can get in there by locking the zoom and then actually looking at it to clear up in the viewfinder to get a clear shot. More insider tips. Well, I was going to bring this one back around on Friday, but we're here. It's one of those ego pieces. It holds itself up, so don't have to prop it up for the right angle. It's got a great patina on it, which works really nice in the light box because it's so bright and so reflective in the light box. That patina knocks down a lot of that brightness and reflection. And yeah, not really a bad angle on this piece. So pop a couple quick pics, make sure we're in focus, get as much of the viewfinder filled as I can, because that helps with the editing. Get actually focused on it, didn't want to find it. I also find with bracelets, it's nice to get the shape, the contour, like a straight on shot like that, so people know the profile, like the wrist profile. I know there's just a few people here, but hit that thumbs up button for Doug. Thank you, Mama Chola. Right. You need a flexible arm of some kind with a gripper on the end to hold stuff for pictures. Yeah, I've used all kinds of things over the years. Pencils, dental floss, I think was probably my favorite. Because I could get dental floss to hold like earrings and they'd be suspended midair. And I didn't even have to do any editing. The dental floss just kind of disappeared. But it worked so infrequently, like so few earrings actually needed that type of treatment that it's not something I routinely did. But it did work great. Straws, you know, some people like to use pretzels. I think pretzels are great as well. Hats off to the pretzel users out there. Wow. Check that one out. That's a beauty. I think that was just up last week. Man. Man, oh man. Silver, rose quartz, art deco, fabulousness. Somebody asked if that was pink jade. I could see why they would ask that. Oh, that's a gorgeous, gorgeous stone, but we need a little fold to get our angle ideal here. There we go. Get it facing straight on. Chopsticks. Yep, chopsticks. Absolutely. Chopsticks are cool because they come in a variety of colors and materials. All right, this one's pretty. This one's another ego piece. Bam. Except I got my fold in the background making a weird little gray line. Well, some of these, this one does have really awesome angles and then some kind of awkward angles as well. So a little bit of change in elevation of the camera can make a big difference because you go from seeing an angle that's maybe a little awkward to one that really displays the character and depth of the piece. So yeah, I was looking at something kind of like that, which shows this gap between the crown there and the bezel, and just changed the angle a little bit to show a little bit more of the character of the whole ring. Make sure I get a top down one because this one's pretty out of round. Maybe I should get the mallet out and give that one a little bit of an adjustment. Yep. Now that I'm looking at it through the camera, geez, I might just have to do that, straighten that one back out. But look at that. It's got that engraving all the way around the shank. Beautiful piece. Right, Rhonda? It is. It's really a pretty one. It is a pretty one. All right, we'll see. When I do the editing, I might have to bring that one back around if I don't like the results. And I believe that was pretty much it. One more pair of earrings, and yeah, I've got these 14 karat blush pearl earrings and this silver filigree locket, but those are going to go into the next bunch. Oh, and this headdress ring as well, which I think, what did I need on this? I just needed a couple extra pictures of the back. I think I'll get that one right now, because that one's already been through a couple times. And sometimes I'm so focused on getting a good shot of the front or the side or whatever it was that I completely overlook like a shot of the back, just a simple shot showing what the back looks like. And I did not have that. So there we go. Ooh, this is another one where I could leave it sitting flat like this, and there's a big reflection on it. I can just take a little piece of paper and fold it out in front of it, and it brightens up the whole piece. So, or I could change the angle with a crease and bring more light to the face of it. Either way, there's a balance there because sometimes too much light will blow it out. It'll make it too bright, and then not enough light will leave it in shadows, like you see here. So that's where bringing in a little reflective surface like paper in front of it kind of evens that out. You can see that lightness. It's not just super bright, which on this one actually works fine. But on some pieces, that super reflective surface will just dominate the whole picture. But yeah, that little reflection of the paper can make a subtle but huge difference. So there you go. Light box tricks. Oh, let's see. I might have one more piece. I think I actually have to polish this one before I can get decent pictures. Let's just see. I can't see it, but I can feel it. Yeah, I'm feeling it. This one's going to need a polish before it hits the light box, so that is going to wrap it up. Doug, hey, I have to go charge my phone. I've got bruises at 6 tonight. I got bruises at 6 tonight. You got bruises? Wow, schedule those. So I got to get full charge. Thanks for the tips and talk. I still need to talk to you, please. That has not gone away. All right. That sounds good, Mama Chola. Get charged up and probably catch you at Bruce's tonight. I plan on being around, so we shall catch up. All right. Later, Mama Chola. And later, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to get these pictures downloaded on my computer and edited, and hopefully I don't have to come back and do it all again. Hopefully I don't have one of those smudges or something on my lens. Yeah, so thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed being here. I hope maybe you learned a thing or two. If you're interested in taking pictures of your own jewelry or using the light box in general, yeah, then some of these little tips might just help you. So if nothing else, now you know those pretty pictures that you see that people do in their light boxes, sometimes they take a little bit of extra effort. It's not like people just throw things in the light box and magically beautiful pictures appear. Sometimes there's a little bit of thought that goes into it. So thanks a lot, everybody. And again, tomorrow night, Mad Libs, come hang out, have a little bit of fun. Throw some nouns and verbs and adjectives and adverbs and people, places, numbers into the chat. and we can all have a good laugh, hopefully. So have a great rest of your Thursday. I hope to see you guys at Bruce and Dennis's later and at Kirsten's as well. And whoever else happens to be on whenever, hope to catch you there also. So, peace. Oh, how do we get on out of here? I don't wanna. All right, peace.